Hello, Dr. Loris here with Symmetry Physical Therapy. Today we're going to be going over how to set up the InTENSity IF combo unit. So once you open up your box, inside you're going to have a pack with 4 electrodes. You're going to have an instruction manual, a reference guide. You're going to have your unit, a battery, 2 leads, and an outlet to be able to plug into the wall. Important to note, once you get the battery inside, it's going to last you 4 to 5 hours on the TENS unit option and 45 minutes on the IF option. So if you don't want to be changing batteries out all the time, it's probably best to use the plug when you're close to an outlet. Now let's go ahead and talk about how to actually set up the unit for the best use. So to turn it on, you're going to click the center button, the power. Right there, you're going to see at the top that you have 2 options. You have the TENS unit option and the IF option. So let's go ahead and go through the TENS unit option first. So we're going to click the S, which is select, which is going to allow us to go down several different options. So here you see the P2 is flashing. P stands for program, right? So we're on program number 2. Each setting is going to have 4 programs. We recommend just setting program number 2 up on both of them and using that one for simplicity of use. So once we got the P selected, then we can click the time. The time here has 40 minutes, so we can leave it on that. Now it's going to allow us to adjust the settings for P2. So we want to just leave the width at 100 and the rate at 100, and that's going to be what we're going to leave for P2. Then we can click the S again, and then now we're all set up to apply the pads and start to crank up the intensity so that it's strong but comfortable. So that's what we got for the TENS unit setting. Now let's go over the IF setting. So again, we'll go back to the M to change up the mode. So now we're on IF. We'll click the S, which is going to take us to our P2 program. We'll click the S next, which will take us to our time. So again, we can just leave this on 40 minutes, and if you wanted to adjust up or down, you could. We'll click the S again, and that's going to take us to this setting, which is basically the modulation. How fast the current goes up to its peak and how fast it goes down. We recommend leaving that on 10. So we'll set that up to 10 there. Next, what it's going to do, it's going to allow us the option to change our hertz. So here we have 150. So that's what we're going to leave on for this setting. So now we can talk about, so now we're ready to actually start to increase the intensity so that we can start to get the electrical current. So let's talk about the pad placement for IF, which is very important because it differs from TENS. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create an X pattern with the leads. So you're going to want to make sure that you have the leads separated so that you can know which one is which. So this is going to be our lead 1. So lead 1, and I'm going to give an example on the forum, and this is something that you would have to apply to whatever body part you're doing. So for lead 1, I'm going to put it opposite, right? And then lead 2, I'm going to put the opposite of that as well. So just like that. And what I'm in essence doing here is creating an X pattern so that that current can really target the area in here. So once I have the pads ready, all I need to do is start to crank up the intensity to take it to where it's strong but comfortable. Important to remember that the unit does lock after a few minutes, so to unlock it, all you have to do is press the down button, and that will allow you to go through the settings again to make any adjustments that you want. So that's how to set up your InTENSity IF combo unit.